What would you say if I said you've never seen the real me? What would you say if I said I've always worn a mask? That I've always been scared of you finding out who I truly am? What would you say when it's truly revealed? Tell me, do you still love me? Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. In today's video and for today's Halloween tutorial, I'm going to be showing you this melting girl. This is an illustration that I found online and I decided to recreate it because I thought it was so cool. I loved the melting effects, plus I've never done anything like this before. I've never created an illustration or, gotten inspiration from something like this. So I decided that it would be cool for me to check it out. Before I begin with today's video, please do not forget to subscribe and also do not forget to click on the notification bell. Let's get started with my melting girl Halloween tutorial. First, we are going to start off by painting my entire face green. Now, I didn't want to really copy the exact shade in the illustration because I knew that maybe the lighter shade wouldn't work for my skin tone. So I decided to start off with just pure dark green first. And then as I was applying this to my face, I realized that, this is a little too dark. Maybe we should lighten it up. So I decided to lighten it up with some yellow. I added yellow paint on top and mixed it together, and it ended up being this really nice shade of green, which I am very happy with. I used a wet wipe and cleaned up the edges, since the edges are supposed to be neat and clean, because a mask is kind of like the way it was cut out. It's supposed to be neat and clean. So I cleaned up the edges using a wipe. I don't know why I'm repeating myself so much. And then I used liquid liner and used it to line and outline the edges of my face, like my jawline, because I really wanted it to look nice, sharp, and defined. I wanted you to look at me from the side of my face and see that defined jawline. Then I took my creamy kajal and applied it all over my eyelid, all the way to just below my eyebrow. In the photo, she has really black, really dark eyes that are even tilted upwards. And I took the pencil and I made sure to create that eye shape because I really wanted to keep as close as possible to the illustration as I could. I filled in my waterline. I made sure that no skin was poking underneath. I also used a bit of the paint to clean up that eye, and then I started to set my face. You have to set your face. You have to set your face. You have to set your face, or else later when you try and draw on top of the face, when you're drawing the drips and the drops, it's gonna look terrible if you do not set your face. So I sat down and I set my face using some translucent powder and a sponge. I later went back with even a big brush to wipe away all the excess powder and to make sure that I had set those little areas that maybe I did not press my sponge into. So I had to make sure that everything was nice and set so that when later we start to draw, everything looks nice. Then I took some black eyeshadow and I also blended out the edges of my eye. I made sure that, it was nice and diffused. And then here's the first tough part, drawing the eye, like the eyeball that's like kind of like sticking out. I used liquid liner and I'm not very good at drawing. As you can see, my circle looks terrible, but I did my best. I filled in the muscle, the hanging muscle, using a bit of pink face paint, and I made sure to fill everything in so that it looks like, the muscle was holding on to the eye. Then I went back with liquid liner to make sure that the edges were nice and defined, and then I filled in the actual eyeball with yellow face paint, and then I used my liquid liner to draw the iris of the eye, which obviously is more serpentine in this version, so I made it like a line. I also added a little bit of definition by drawing dots in the muscle and even dots in the eye, because your eye muscle or your muscles are just not like straight pink. They have like definition and stuff. Yeah, so after doing that eye, I went back in with the black eyeshadow and I blended the black all up to my eyebrows, and then I started drawing in the fake eyebrows, which ha ha ha, you guessed it, was hard because eyebrows are not my thing. I had such a hard time drawing these eyebrows, but I ended up just going with, whatever was on my face. I enjoyed drawing these eyebrows, even though, like, I tried my best keeping to what was in the illustration. I ended up just doing what I wanted, and then I used a bit of face paint to define the brow and to make sure that the brows looked nice and clean. Then we start with the drips. Basically, I took my liquid liner and I started drawing like U's and like swoops. So I was just drawing like swoops and U's, and because of the way the felt tip of this eyeliner is built, some parts are thicker than the other, which I thought was actually a good thing. At first I was kind of worried, but it's actually a good thing because it gave the different drips, it made the different drips look different, and it also made it look like, some parts were heavier than the other parts of my face. Then it's simple. I use liquid liner to add some definition to my lips. Then I use black face paint to overdraw and to overline my lips. The girl in the illustration had these big, juicy, oversized lips, so I used black face paint to create that effect and create that look. Then I filled it in with a little bit of purple face paint, kind of like as a lipstick base, but I wanted to use face paint because face paint is much thicker. Then I applied the Maybelline Vivid Hot Lacquer in the shade Slay It, which is a blackened purple lip gloss kind of lipstick combo. Then I topped it off in the middle with the shade Amethyst from Zara on their sparkly purple lip gloss. Then I threw in my wig, which only comes out during Halloween because I never wear wigs. Then I styled it to the side because the illustration had Auntie with, the hair mostly on one side of her face. Then we deal with the vampire teeth. Now, if you're gonna do this, you need to get tooth glue. It didn't work, but teeth were always falling out, and yeah. Here we are with the finished look. Thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial and for supporting my Halloween tutorials. I still have one more look for Halloween, which is coming up tomorrow. And then I have a couple of looks I'm doing this weekend, which will be on Instagram. Thank you guys so much once again for watching. Do not forget to subscribe, click on the notification bell, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!